checks. So, as we've seen so far, Perdue, Loeffler do not support $2,000 checks. Ossoff and Warnock do. And guess what? The American people also support $2,000 in direct payments. So,
I don't know, David Dole. I just heard Kelly Loeffler say she supports the goddamn fucking thing, okay? She said she supports the $2,000. How many times she has to? She got to say it. She said she supports it. Now shut the fuck up.
This, at the very least, even if it doesn't get through the Senate, and it likely will not pass the Senate because it is the GOP, at the very least, it may force a vote on this and get these two senators on the record $600 that was included in the COVID relief bill. But now, it has to go to the Senate. And because the Senate is controlled by Mitch McConnell and the GOP, usually good things like this go to die in the Senate. But Bernie Sanders has a plan.
So this is fantastic. David Dole is correct about this. The rational national, he started to slip off the wagon there, but he's, put out a couple good videos, totally redeemed himself. So David Dole, what's he saying? He's saying that Mitch McConnell went ahead and blocked, the $2,000 stimulus vote, the unanimous consent vote, and so Bernie Sanders is going to strong-arm Mitch McConnell. Fine, fuck you, Mitch. You don't want to get the American people $2,000, and I'm going to hold the military vote up. So Donald Trump has defunded the military. Donald Trump has vetoed the NDAA, and one of the 4 reasons was to end all the wars. So that would be fantastic. Let's hold up the NDAA. Let's end all these endless wars by cutting the purse strings. Donald just showed you how to do it. Vietnam, that's how we did it. We cut the purse strings. We put enough money to get the troops out, make sure they, had protection and stuff, get them out, and then that was it. No more money for the damn thing. It's not going to carry on. So this is Christmas. How have you been? Nothing. This is just begin.
A plan to at least get this up.
So this is Christmas.
Doesn't mean it's going to pass. But we know now that Trump is at least claiming to support $2,000. The assumption is he wouldn't veto it if it went to his desk. But it's not going to go to his desk.
So this is fantastic because Bernie Sanders is saying, all right, Donald and the Republicans, you're not going to let the $2,000 check go up for a vote. This Bernie Sanders is fucking key. Bernie Sanders is fucking critical. Bernie Sanders is fucking clutch. Joe Biden needs Bernie more than Bernie needs Joe. Bernie can run against Joe, and if not, pick his successor who's going to run against Joe in 4 years. Bernie should be thinking like that, because if Joe fails, we're going to need a Bernie, or else they're going to put up, Lauren Boebert. We're going to get a president, Lauren Boebert? No. No.
His desk unless it passes the Senate. So what is Bernie's plan to get a vote in the Senate? Well, let me start here with this tweet saying 2/3 of the House voted to provide $2,000 in direct payments to the working class. Now it's the Senate's turn to do that. No excuses. Unless McConnell agrees to a vote on $2,000 relief checks, Congress will be spending New Year's Eve in the Capitol. So what does he mean by this? Well, his close advisor, Warren Gunnels, explains at noon tomorrow, meaning today, Tuesday, McConnell is expected to ask for unanimous consent to vote on the veto override of the $740 billion defense bill. Bernie will object until we get a vote on $2,000 direct payments. We can force the Senate to stay in session until the new year. This is no bluff. So because McConnell is pushing for unanimous consent to override Trump's veto on the defense bill, Bernie Sanders has the ability now to hold this up at least until New Year's, which throws a wrench especially into the Georgia runoff races where you have David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler.
So I don't see a downside. We're going to hold up the NDAA, so therefore in the war, in exchange to getting, the 2,000 votes. So, if you don't get us $2,000, Mitch McConnell, then we're going to end the wars, and that's fine. That's fine. We'll take our $600 checks, and we'll go home. We'll just end the fucking wars. Let's just stop spending billions and billions and billions of fucking dollars for endless wars in sight that don't get us any fucking place, that don't help out the working class of the people of America and all over the world. Hold up the NDAA. End the war. You're not going to get us $2,000, then fuck it. We'll end the war. And actually, why would you even vote for the NDAA? Unanimous consent for that's $2,000 to keep the war going? Fuck it. Nah, don't vote for the $2,000. Just end the fucking war. End the NDAA. David Dole, give you one more.
Who rather be campaigning and at least appearing to support direct payments for Americans are now being forced to be in the Senate to either support or not support the $2,000. So a little more here from Politico. Under Senate rules, Sanders has the ability to keep the chamber in during the holiday week and likely mess with the campaign schedules of Senators David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler. Those two face January 5th runoff races for control of the Senate against Democrats John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, who are both campaigning on the $2,000 checks. A source close to Sanders said the Senate races were a factor in his decision, part of a bid to keep Perdue and Loeffler.
All right, so fantastic stuff there. Bernie Sanders withholds the NDAA vote in order to force the vote on $2,000 checks. Hell yeah, force the vote. Peace.